Welcome to IMU University. I am Professor Munir, and I want to talk to you directly about the journey you are about to begin in the dentistry program. Right now, you are likely feeling a mix of adrenaline and anxiety. A 5-year BDS program is rigorous, and the sheer volume of material you are going to face is intense. In high school, you could succeed by sitting back and absorbing information. Here, that passive approach stops working. To survive and thrive in university, you must take active control of how you learn. That control starts with your digital environment. Long before you can master dental anatomy, you have to master your files. A messy desktop translates directly to a messy mind when you are under clinical pressure. Organizing your digital space is your very first clinical skill. Your laptop is your digital control center. We are replacing physical notebooks and scattered folders with a single integrated system that centralizes your focus. The base of this center runs on 2 platforms: IMU eLearn, where you will pull all your course content, and TIMS, your dashboard for managing your timetables and tracking your exams. Then there is the My IMU app. This is your compass for the campus, helping you navigate daily operations and find exactly what you need on site. For capturing knowledge, we use Microsoft OneNote through your IMU 365 account. This is where you actively build your clinical brain, typing, drawing, and linking concepts in one searchable, infinite space. Finally, there is Zotero. When you write papers or review the literature, this software automatically tracks and formats your research references, so you never lose a citation. Logging into these 5 tools by the end of week 1 ensures you have the same technical infrastructure as the clinical faculty. It is the baseline requirement for starting your first semester organized. The dental schedule is relentless. You will be bouncing between dense lectures, problem-based learning sessions, and physically demanding preclinical labs, all in the same day. A standard, chaotic weekly calendar organizes itself into distinct, color-coded time blocks. Assigning tasks to every hour using Outlook Calendar is the only way to manage the curriculum. Carve out deep work sessions for high-focus subjects like oral biology and aggressively defend them. Every Sunday, sit down and review your upcoming week. Adjust your blocks, plan for your labs, and ensure you have enough time for independent study. Time in dental school does not just magically appear when you need it. You have to actively construct it and then protect it. In those lectures, simply copying the presenter's slides word for word guarantees you will fall behind. You cannot memorize everything through brute force. The Cornell method divides your page into cue, notes, and summary sections, forcing you to synthesize heavy content. Mind mapping visualizes how interconnected topics like periodontitis link together. For pathology, concept mapping maps direct cause and effect relationships, showing how conditions trigger the next. Once your notes are built, load the key facts into Anki. This software uses spaced repetition, testing you on concepts just as you are about to forget them, strengthening neural recall pathways for the long term. Active note-taking and spaced repetition do the heavy lifting early. They build the mental scaffolding you rely on to instantly recall critical facts when a patient is sitting in your chair. Let's address the algorithm in the room: artificial intelligence. Treat generative AI as a digital study partner. It requires your management and expertise. It is not a magic shortcut that learns for you. To get useful output, you must define the AI's role, context, task, format, and limits. Instead of a weak "tell me about teeth," a strong prompt specifies: act as an anatomy tutor. Review human tooth development. Format as a table. Limit to undergraduate level. You can ethically use AI to generate practice multiple choice questions, explain complex physiology in simple terms, or summarize broad concepts for review. But there are absolute hard limits. You must never use AI to write your submitted assignments, fabricate research references, or assist you in any graded assessments. Ethical AI use amplifies your own learning, passively relying on it to their expertise. What appears to be a solid structure suddenly warps into an optical illusion. This is an AI hallucination, highly confident, beautifully presented, and completely false. You cannot blindly trust algorithmically generated content. You need an active defense mechanism to filter out false or irrelevant information. We call this the ARCA framework. This diagram outlines the 4 pillars of ARCA. You must evaluate every output for accuracy against your textbooks, relevance to the BDS level, currency with modern guidelines, and applicability to clinical practice here in Malaysia. Mastering these digital systems, your schedule, your notes, and your AI tools will safely carry you through this 5-year program and straight into the clinic. I am Professor Munir, and I look forward to seeing you succeed. The goal is clinical readiness. You build it through the constant, critical questioning of every piece of information you encounter, whether it comes from a textbook, a patient, or an algorithm.